Hey guys, welcome back to another interview here on Toned In Entertainment. Today we're at Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum for their big cancer benefit, and I'm joined by the Lucero Twins. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Now we've got Tiffany,
Yes.
and we've got Nicol.
You got it right.
I did get it right. Do a lot of people get you guys mixed up quite often?
Always.
Always.
Like, rarely they got it right.
Even the people that you work with?
Yeah.
Even the people that you work with, yeah, okay. So I saw Tiffany walking through earlier, and I said hello, and I'm like, it's Tiffany, right? She's like, yes. I'm like, all right. I got it for 1 point already. So now we're here at Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum, and I grew up watching Gangrel. I thought he was just such an amazing performer. I'm going to ask both of you individually, you know, kind of like, what is it like to try to train with like such a superstar like Gangrel?
Wow. I mean, it's incredible. Like, you don't really think about that. You know, like, he was a superstar, and it's like mind blowing. You know, and I feel really proud of like training with him. He's a really great trainer. It's a hard work, but like it's hard work that you get, you know, paid off when you get in the ring. And I'm just like really amazed and proud that I've come this way with him. He's a really nice person, a really great trainer, and I'm just proud and grateful that I have them.
Like the opportunity. Yeah, that's one of the things. It's like people remember Gangrel on TV, and he was like the vampire, and he came out with the teeth and everything. And he still does that too when he wrestles. But when you talk to him in person, he's like a little teddy bear. He's like the nicest guy in the entire world.
The nicest guy I've ever met here.
Right. Yeah, in case you guys are wondering what's going on, they're actually getting ready for the matches in the background for tonight's event. So if you hear a little clanging and banging, that's what's going on back there. Now, Nicol, what was like one of the things that made you and your sister want to actually come out and train to be a professional wrestler?
Well, that's a tough question. Because when we came here in the country, where like it was different in a lot of ways. So I felt like I was once just checking the like television or stuff, and I saw wrestling. I just like fell in love with it, and I just like saw this school opening, which was Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum, and I was like, I wanna just go in there, because I felt like it was something that was gonna help me, or I don't know how to say it really, but I'm really grateful I found this wrestling school, because it's like life-changing for me. Or wrestling itself, it's great. Like, we never thought about that when we were little. You know, like most of the wrestlers here grew up with it. You know, and they developed that love. But like for us, it was just like we never thought about it. We never really saw any wrestling when we were little. And like when we came here and I saw it, I just like fell in love with it. I was like, just like, well, this is. This is like great. I want to do that, you know, like kind of type.
Now, where are you guys from?
Colombia.
Oh, so how much wrestling is there in Colombia?
Not much, really. I mean, like, we wouldn't be able to do if we were there. It's like something really rare.
So when you guys came to America, I mean, here on TV, there's a lot of wrestling, so it was just one of those things that you were kind of exposed to then.
Yeah. We saw like WWE, of course, like the first thing, and then we just saw the rest of it, and I'm like, well, this is a lot of things here. Like, but in Colombia, I knew there was one here when I was here, because I would like research it and stuff. But it's not. It's like rare. No, like almost anybody know there's like a wrestling thing going on. A woman, there's not a lot of women wrestlers in Colombia either.
Oh, in Colombia, and you know what? Over the years, there haven't been many women's wrestling, or how I should say is, women's wrestling wasn't really thought of as a mainstream thing. Right. For the longest time, I've grown up, I mean, I've been watching wrestling since the 80s, okay? I've been watching wrestling, and to be honest, when a women's wrestling match came on, it was almost like that match before intermission. There wasn't much respect for women's wrestling. It was like, oh, the women's wrestling match is on, well, let's go get a hot dog and a Coke. But now, it's a completely different change, and let me be perfectly honest, like, my girlfriend and I watch a lot of wrestling, and we really enjoy the women's matches sometimes a lot more than the men's matches. So I think right now to be a wrestling fan and a fan of women's wrestling, I mean, it's definitely like, I think it's the peak, and I think it's only going to get higher.
Yeah, me too. It's like they do such a great job at putting it on the level that it's just like you want to watch them wrestle. Sometimes more than men. You're like, damn.
Yeah, no, there's so many great wrestlers. I mean, from WWE to NXT to AEW, Impact. I mean, we saw Tessa Blanchard in action 2 weeks ago, and she's a beast on her own, doing the independent scene and Impact and whatnot. So it's just a great time to be a wrestling fan, and you know, especially if you love women and a wrestler as well, because I think there's a lot of opportunities right now, especially you guys are here at Gangrel's Wrestling Academy training to be at that next level. And I think, you know, once you guys are like fully seasoned and ready to go, and not to say that you're not fully seasoned, because I've seen you kick some butt in that ring so far in a couple of shows, so I'd be terrified to get in the ring with you guys, that's for sure. But I think it's a great time to be a wrestling fan all over the place. So is there any particular wrestler, I'll ask each of you individually, that you look up to or idolize?
Well, I think every wrestler has its thing to learn from. So I would say I would wrestle everyone if I had the chance to, because it's something you learn from everyone. Like, it's not like, oh, I want to wrestle this person because, you know, I love it and stuff, but it's more like the experience you get from it, because in each of them it's different. Right. Everyone has its different like style, ideas, ways of doing stuff that you can learn a lot from it and put it in you, but not actually doing the same, you know, like in your own style.
Right. So, what would you say? Do you have it? Is there a particular wrestler that maybe inspired you to become a wrestler?
There are a lot. I'm very confused on that choice because I like a lot of people.
Like you don't want to leave nobody out there.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't want to, you know, like say one specifically. But I'm like, no, but I love this one too. No, but you know, I know this is gonna sound like rare, but I really idolize, you know, kind of like. You know, the Shield style. Okay. The three of them are great. I love the Latino Heat.
Oh, Eddie Guerrero. Everybody loves Latino Heat, you know.
And who else? I would say.
Well, you guys definitely love the factions, like the group mentality. I mean, you are a tag team a lot of the time, so get in the ring and beating people's butt is kind of like your thing. Do it as a group and you'll have more fun, I guess, right? Yeah, okay, now today I've already interviewed Steve and Lakaya, and I'm asking them a hypothetical situation. Okay, since we're here at Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum, I think it's only appropriate. You know, Gangrel had the Brood, another amazing faction. Gangrel, Edge, and Christian, you know, these guys were amazing wrestlers. Let's say Gangrel was to throw out a challenge, and he brought Edge and Christian with him, and he said, you know, Lucero Twins, we're coming for you, but you need to grab one more partner to get into the ring with him. I'll ask each of you individually, you know, who would be that partner? Who would be that one wrestler from any time period that you would grab to go up against the Brood?
Oh. Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You don't know? Yeah. Okay, was there anybody in particular?
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero. See, there you go. You bring Jeff Hardy?
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy, Eddie Guerrero. I mean, those are two amazing wrestlers, and I know Jeff Hardy and the Brood have had their runs in, so he might be able to give you a little tips in there when dealing with them, you know?
Latino, like, gimmick there, like, woo.
Yeah, exactly. The whole Latino heat, and if Jeff Hardy's able to come out and wrestle, then, you know, you got him to back you out. All right, guys. Well, thank you to the Lucero Twins for joining me here on Toned In Entertainment. Thank you. And, guys, make sure you subscribe here to the channel so we can bring you future interviews like this. Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.